Hey guys, Martin Mentor here, back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about, is your box truck business setting you up for the future? All right. What do I mean by this? You are a business owner, all right? Well, you got some people that say they're a business owner. Just because you got a box truck and you incorporate, you got an LLC, doesn't always make you a business owner. But this is how we're going to differentiate what I say, or what I call the difference between a business owner and a gig worker. So you got a box truck business owner, and you got box truck business gig workers, meaning they're treating it as a hustle. All right. Person who's treating their business or the box truck business as a business, they're planning ahead for the future. You don't have a big corporation that you're under that's setting money to the side for you when you retire. It's your responsibility to do that on your own. And when I have conversations with people, this is not something that comes up. When I ask what their overhead is, I don't tell people what their overhead should be. I ask people what's your overhead. Not one time have I ever heard anybody say, oh, my IRA with Fidelity, or my health insurance. All right. These are things that your LLC or your corporation should be paying for. These are things that you should include into your overhead. Now, people who treat it like a business, and this is for educational purposes. So if you're this person, all right, and a light bulb and this pops in your head and say, you know what, he's right, don't take offense to this. The whole purpose of this channel, to educate people, not just in box trucking, but setting them up for the future in this game. You know what I'm saying? If you're running and you consider yourself a business owner in this game, it's your responsibility to set yourself up for the future. You don't have a company that you're working under that's providing you a pension that when you're 60 or 65 or however many years you got to work within that company to exit out. All right. With the pension, you don't have these people doing that for you. So it's your responsibility to sign up with Fidelity or another company and get you an IRA and go in there and look at different options to prepare yourself for the future, right? It's your responsibility. So this is what I mean by setting yourself up for the future. A person who's treating their box truck business like a business, they're doing this, and they're calculating that cost. It's built into their overhead. So this is coming out every month. That business is paying for your personal retirement. All right. You have to calculate this in. It's something that I wholeheartedly suggest, that if you are in the box truck business and you are truly treating it and like a business, this is something that you must do. You got to prepare yourself for the future. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be an IRA, but that's just one option. Another thing, stocks. Your business, whether it's an LLC or a corporation, you can buy securities in other businesses. You don't have to do it the same way you can do it on a personal level. You can do it on a business level. All right. There's no reason, and this isn't financial advice either. I'm just giving you some sauce, giving you some game. All right. If you're a business, whether you're running middle mile or whether you're running final mile, all right, and you're running for these companies, you're contracted with these companies, all right, you got accounts with these companies, you're doing business with these companies, from JB Hunt to XPO to you name it, whatever. All these companies, well, most of them are publicly traded companies. Companies that I do business with currently and in the past, if we're contracted and we do business contractually, right, dedicated, I always have my company purchase option stock in those companies, all right, that we do business with. I want to own a piece of that company. I want my business to own a piece of that company. All right. The way I look at it, the money that they're taking off the top, the logistics company, right, from me, whether it's 50% or 40%, right, I look at it like I'm going to buy a piece of that company and I'm gonna make that money back because my company is out here busting our butts to provide exceptional service for the consumer, but we're also making the logistics company look good, which in turn is making them look good. It's making them look good for their customer, which is the retailer, right? And as they succeed based off our hard work and the other ICs across the country's hard work, that company is going to continue to accelerate. Their stock is going to get greater and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I want a piece of that. My company deserves a piece of that. So even when I was a U-Haul dealer, when we were renting U-Haul trucks, my company, we bought stake in U-Haul. We bought shares of U-Haul. And this is back when it was $200 something. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I do business. All right. You have to be a good business person. Now, a person who's treating their box truck as a hustle, they're not thinking like this. All right. This is the difference between a business person and a person who's just going from just check to check or gig to gig or hustle to hustle. All right. So when people say, "Oh, I got my LLC," that's fine and dandy. But are you really treating and operating this box truck business as a business? All right. So we talked about, and I'm not going to keep this video long and drawn out. I'm just going to get in and get out straight to the point. So we talked about preparing for the future as far as retirement. I'm not going into details on different retirement options and stuff for independent owner operators or self-employed people. That's up for you to do your own research. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you some things to think about, because when I do these consultations and I do these mentorships and I talk to people on and offline DMs and I ask this question, what's your overhead? No one has ever told me since I've been doing this, health insurance or their IRA or anything. And this is something that should be coming out, and you should be calculating out of your monthly expenses. It shouldn't just be your fuel. All right. It shouldn't just be your truck rental. It shouldn't just be your finance if you're financing a truck. It shouldn't just be your incidentals. Like, this stuff should be coming out too. So, man, I got this much coming out for my IRA, this much coming out for my health insurance. I got, all this stuff should be coming out. No one has ever told me that. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm making this video so, man, people may have thought, you know what, that's a good idea. Now, to the people who have spouses, whose spouses have them under their plan because they may work in corporate America or for a company that provides a pension, then and health insurance and things of that nature, then obviously this doesn't pertain to you. But you can still set yourself up for the future with an IRA. You might be covered with your spouse as far as the medical, but as far as your future, when it's all said and done, then you kind of want to have something set aside. So we talked about retirement. All right. We talked about health. All right. So now let's talk about, we talked about stocks. So I think I'm just going to end the video there. You guys pretty much get the point. I'm not going to tell you who and what, because this is not financial advice. It's just putting this video out to give you guys something to think about. All right. Something to think about and take a step back and say, you know what, do I plan on doing this long term? And if so, then you want to put this stuff in place. All right. Even if you're doing it short term, you still want to put this stuff in place. All right. If you're a business person, if it's a gig thing, then all right. But now you understand what the difference between the two is. All right. www.boxtruckcourses.com for your mentorship with me, Mark the Mentor. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the upcoming videos. And I'm out.
Como, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about, oh shit.